The first time I saw him, I thought he was a stray. A mangy, scruffy dog with fur that shimmered like starlight under the moonlight. His eyes were unlike any dog I'd ever seen. Deep, swirling pools of violet and gold, like galaxies trapped in glass. He stood at the edge of the woods behind my house, watching me with an intensity that made my skin prickle. I should have been scared, but something about him felt familiar, like I'd known him in another life. I called him Nova. He didn't respond to the name at first, but over time he seemed to accept it. Nova became my shadow, following me everywhere, through the woods to the grocery store, even to my job at the library. He was quiet, almost unnervingly so. He never barked, never growled, never made a sound. But his eyes spoke volumes. They were always watching, always calculating, as if he were studying me. One night everything changed. I was sitting on the porch, sipping tea and staring at the stars, when Nova suddenly sat up straight, his ears twitching. His violet gold eyes locked onto mine, and for the first time I heard his voice. It wasn't a bark or a growl. It was a voice, clear and resonant, echoing in my mind. "You're not just mine," he said. "You're their parent too." I nearly dropped my tea. What did you just say?" Nova tilted his head, his gaze never wavering. "You've been chosen. You are the guardian. Parent. They are coming, and you must be ready." "Who's coming?" I asked, my voice trembling. "What are you talking about?" Nova stood and walked to the edge of the porch, his fur glowing faintly in the dark. He looked up at the sky, and I followed his gaze. The stars seemed brighter than usual, almost pulsating. Then, one by one, they began to move. Streaks of light shot across the sky, growing larger and brighter until they were no longer stars. They were ships. Dozens of them, descending silently toward Earth. My heart raced as I stumbled to my feet. "Nova, what's happening?" "They are here," he said simply. "And they are yours." The ships landed in the field behind my house, their surfaces shimmering like liquid metal. The air hummed with energy, and the ground trembled beneath my feet. Nova stepped off the porch and trotted toward the ships, his tail held high. I hesitated, then followed him, my legs moving on their own. As we approached, a door slid open on the nearest ship, and a figure emerged. It was small, no taller than a child, with smooth silver skin and large almond-shaped eyes. It looked at me, then at Nova, and nodded. "Welcome, Guardian," it said in a voice that was both melodic and mechanical. "We have been waiting for you." "Waiting for me," I repeated, my voice barely a whisper. "Why? What's going on?" The alien gestured to the other ships, and more figures began to emerge. Dozens of them, all different shapes and sizes. Some were tall and slender, with long, spindly limbs. Others were short and round, with glowing patterns on their skin. And then there were the children. They were small, no bigger than toddlers, with wide, curious eyes and delicate features. They looked like a mix of human and something other. Their skin shimmered like Nova's fur, and their eyes glowed with the same violet gold light. They clung to the aliens, peeking out shyly as they stared at me. "These are the offspring," the alien said. "The next generation. They are yours to protect, to guide, to love." I stared at the children, my mind reeling. Mine. I'm not their parent. I'm just me. Nova stepped forward, his voice echoing in my mind once more. "You are more than you know. You were chosen long before you were born. Your DNA, your essence, it is intertwined with theirs. You are their guardian, their parent." I shook my head, tears welling in my eyes. "I can't do this. I'm not ready." I don't even know how to take care of a dog, let alone whatever they are. The alien placed a hand on my shoulder, its touch surprisingly warm. You do not need to know everything. You only need to love them. The rest will come in time. I looked at the children again, their tiny faces filled with hope and trust. Something inside me shifted, a deep primal instinct I didn't know I had. I knelt down, holding out my hands. One of the children stepped forward, hesitantly at first, then faster until it was in my arms. It felt like holding a piece of the universe, warm, glowing, and alive. Okay, I whispered, tears streaming down my face. Okay, I'll do it. I'll be their parent. The alien nodded, a smile spreading across its face. Thank you, Guardian. You have given us hope. Over the next few weeks, my life changed in ways I could never have imagined. The aliens, who called themselves the Lumina, built a sanctuary in the woods, a place where the children could grow and learn. They taught me about their culture, their history, and their connection to Earth. I learned that the Lumina had been visiting our planet for centuries, observing and studying us. They had chosen me because of my unique genetic makeup, a rare combination that made me compatible with their offspring. Nova, I discovered, was not just a dog. He was a guardian like me, sent to prepare me for my role. He had been watching over me since I was a child, guiding me without my knowledge. Now he stayed by my side, helping me care for the children and navigate this strange new world. The children, I called them the Starlings, were a constant source of wonder and joy. They learned quickly, absorbing everything I taught them with an insatiable curiosity. They loved to play, to explore, to create. They had abilities I couldn't fully understand. Telepathy, telekinesis, the power to heal. But they were also fragile, their emotions raw and intense. They needed love, patience, and understanding. It wasn't always easy. There were moments of doubt, of fear, of overwhelming responsibility. But every time I looked into their glowing eyes, I knew I was where I was meant to be. They were my family, my purpose. One night, as I sat with Nova under the stars, I asked him a question that had been weighing on my mind. Why me? Out of all the people in the world, why did they choose me? Nova looked at me, his violet gold eyes filled with warmth. Because you have the capacity to love without limits, he said. Because you see the beauty in the unknown. Because you are brave enough to embrace the extraordinary. I smiled, tears in my eyes. I don't feel brave. You are, he said simply. And you are not alone. As the years passed, the Starlings grew, their abilities blossoming alongside their personalities. They became a bridge between two worlds, a living testament to the power of love and connection. And I, their guardian, their parent, watched over them with pride and gratitude. Nova was right, I wasn't just his. I was theirs. And together we were a family, bound by the stars and the infinite possibilities they held.